October 23, 1942, 9:40 p.m., Western Desert, Egypt, just south of a lonely railway halt called El Alamein. The desert is silent, no wind, no engines, no voices, just the dry crackle of sand under boots and the distant hum of generators somewhere in the British rear. Then suddenly, the night explodes. More than 800 British guns fire at once. The horizon turns white. Shells scream across the darkness like steel comets, crashing into the Axis front line where stunned Italian and German soldiers dive for cover. For a moment, the desert itself seems to shudder. And somewhere inside a shallow trench, an Italian artillery lieutenant whispers one word under his breath, "Madonna," because this was not supposed to happen. Only months earlier, many Axis troops in North Africa had laughed at the men now attacking them. They called them amateurs, undersupplied, disorganized. They called them the Desert Rats. The nickname belonged to the 7th Armoured Division, Britain's most famous desert formation. But in early campaigns, Axis propaganda often portrayed them as little more than stubborn survivors clinging to worn-out tanks and unreliable supply lines. In the summer heat of Libya and Egypt, Axis soldiers joked that British armor would break down before it ever reached their lines. And sometimes it did. British convoys stalled in sandstorms, engines overheated. Tanks ran dry of fuel miles from battle. Meanwhile, the Axis commander Erwin Rommel had built a reputation as the desert's most dangerous predator. The Germans called him the Wüstenfuchs, the desert fox. His daring maneuvers had pushed British forces hundreds of miles back across North Africa. And now, by mid-1942, the Axis front line stretched across the narrow bottleneck of Egypt between the Mediterranean Sea and the impassable Qattara Depression. There was nowhere left for the British to retreat. Behind them lay the Suez Canal. Behind that, the Middle East. If the Axis broke through here, the entire strategic map of the war could collapse. But inside the Axis trenches that October night, few soldiers were thinking about grand strategy. They were thinking about the artillery, because it would not stop. Shell after shell slams into the defensive belts, minefields erupt. Sandbags disintegrate, telephone lines snap under the shockwaves. The bombardment stretches mile after mile across the front, the opening of what will become the Second Battle of El Alamein. British planners had given it a simple name: